Ambassador Rob Payne, Excellency UN Resident Court Representative, and Resident Country Representative of FAO, and Vice Chair of Global Mountain Partnership, distinguished participants. Let me begin by congratulating the government of Nepal through the Ministry of Forest and Environment and UNEP and all other partners for coming up with this strategy. It is appropriately named Living Sagarmatha, the living mother goddess of earth. So we can easily say that if Sagarmatha lives, Nepal will live, the world will live, the earth will survive. There is hope for the planet. It's not too late. It's getting late. It's not too late. So when you say Nepal Mountain Resilience Strategy, I was thinking, it's not just mountain. Actually, Nepal, being a country of mountains, it is a strategy, resilience strategy for the whole country. And one that could be replicated across the Hindu Kush Himalayas as well as across mountains in the world. So I'm very happy that ICIMOD is associated with this process of developing this strategy. And I hope that after today's workshop, there would still be room for improvement, for bringing more focus on this strategy. As already we heard from Dr. Sindhu, Nepal is rich in all kinds of resources, natural, historical, cultural, human resources. We talk about cultural resources, from Lumbini to Pashupatinath to Muktinath. We have so much cultural history here. You talk about physical assets, Mount Everest, the Pokhara Lakes, the Terai, the forest. Then you talk about also the biological resources. You have from tigers to snow leopards, from bananas to cordyceps, and human resources. Now, I've been to many institutions across the world, UN, multilateral, bilateral, and you see Nepali professionals at the helm of some of the leading pioneering works. So we cannot also blame on lack of human resources. We have heard these arguments before. Lack of financial resources, lack of human resources, lack of this, lack of data, lack of information. I don't think these are excuses. Nepal, I believe, has no reason, no excuse to be poor, to continue to be a developing country or a least developed country. So I think this strategy comes right in time, and I hope that we would be able to take this forward. And to take this forward, we really need a different kind of mindset, a different kind of thinking, a different way of taking actions. We talk about climate change in the strategy. Now, in terms of practical application, what does it mean? And I think that is something that we have to, ponder upon. No amount of shouting and talking at the UN COPs about increasing disasters, about melting glaciers, retreating glaciers, melting snow. All this is going to help, not going to help unless we take action. And most of these actions can be taken by ourselves. Let me cite one example. Just right in front of us, our rivers are drying, or either dead, already dead. Dead or drying, I would say. And often I used to say that in our region, we have only either dead rivers or killer rivers. Winter, when you go around, there's no water in our rivers. Summer, these very river beds turn into disasters, into killer rivers. So how can we reverse that? And that is the challenge that we must ask ourselves. What can we do? Now, if we keep on dumping our garbage if we keep on dumping our sewage water systems, if we keep on extracting groundwater, and if we keep on deforestation and all that, we are not going to have living rivers. So impact of climate change on water is something that we really need to put at the heart of whatever we do. So that's one example. Second, mountain biodiversity. The biggest challenge that countries like Nepal and Bhutan are facing right now is out-migration of our youth. There's a huge exodus of youth from our region to other regions. How can we reduce this out-migration? How can we bring back our youth? How can we attract them to come back to our region? And I think the answer lies also in developing an appropriate bioeconomy strategy. We boast about rich biological resources, but what use have we made of? Instead of talking about just conservation or utilization, have we got a strategy to create real jobs that could provide attractive jobs and income-generating opportunities for our youth? I think that is something else that we need to do. Micro-enterprises, small enterprises based on our biological resources. Third, bioeconomy, the economy, mountain economy. Now, we cannot do without mountain tourism. We cannot do without mountaineering. But how can we make those sustainable, responsible? And look at Sagarmatha itself. I've seen pictures of hundreds of climbers going up, hundreds of climbers coming down, maybe thousands even, if you look at the pictures in every season. And as we already heard, Nepal has 8 of the 14 peaks above 8,000 meters. There's no shortage of mountains for mountaineering. The industry will still run, but I think we do need to give the mountain a rest. Like people, nature needs time to heal. And if you don't give time for the mountains to heal, Sagarmatha, leaving Sagarmatha will be just a distant dream. It will keep on dying. So I think this is something that we need to ponder upon. Why not give Sagarmatha a rest every 8 years? Why not give the other mountain peaks a rest every 8 years so that it has time to recover? So this is something that I would just like to float it to you. I have already discussed this with Arban and Dr. Sindhu when they dropped by in our office. So I don't want to take too much time, but to take this forward, to take this strategy forward, what we need is commitment. What we need is conviction. What we need is cooperation, collaboration. And of course, we need cash. But cash without all these other C's, conviction, commitment, cooperation, collaboration, is not going to help. So therefore, I would like to plead to all of you, participants, to look at this strategy very carefully and see how we can make it implementable, relevant, actionable, affordable. And I think that is the challenge in front of all of us. I would like to end by thanking all of you, especially the people associated with the development of this strategy and all the partners, international as well as national, to help take this process forward. One last thing, yes, we have a good strategy, but we need an institution that would be held accountable to take it forward. I just give one example. Every time I meet a group of scientists from somewhere, they say, oh, we have been up looking at these glaciers, that glaciers, monitoring. And then another group comes and does the same thing. But we do need one focal institutions that could bring this together. ICIMOD can fill that role, but ICIMOD does it for the region. For the country, for Nepal, we need one institution that would be responsible for taking this process forward. Thank you very much.